The story of Albert Fish. In the quiet streets of New York during the early 1900s walked a man who looked harmless, quiet, polite, forgettable. His name was Albert Fish. To the world, he was a soft-spoken painter, a caretaker, a man of faith. But beneath that frail, gray appearance lived a darkness that few could comprehend. Fish became infamous not just for his crimes, but for the twisted beliefs that drove him to commit them. He preyed on the weak and the young, luring his victims with kindness before revealing what he truly was. His acts included murder, cannibalism, and mutilation, all justified in his mind as sacrifice. He claimed that voices from God told him to purify others through suffering, that pain was divine, and death was deliverance. When he was finally caught, the evidence and letters found in his home revealed a pattern of unimaginable cruelty. Even the investigators could barely read what he had written. His letters were filled with twisted prayers and haunting confessions, words that blurred the line between devotion and insanity. He described his actions as if they were holy rituals, claiming he had been chosen to cleanse the world through suffering. In them, he spoke of faith and divine purpose, yet between the lines it became clear this was not only about belief. He admitted that what he did brought him pleasure, a darkness that had followed him since childhood. His words revealed a man who no longer knew the difference between devotion and desire. No sane person could have written such things. Every word was a window into a mind completely consumed by darkness. Even the most hardened detectives had to look away. The man who finally caught Albert Fish was a private investigator named William F. King, a quiet, methodical man who had spent years chasing ghosts through New York. When a letter arrived at the home of one of Fish's victims, it was King who noticed the detail that would break the case wide open: an envelope traced back to a small boarding house in Manhattan. What made the case even stranger were the few scattered witness reports that surfaced later. Several people claimed to have seen the child getting into a dark-colored car on the day of her disappearance. They all described the same thing: an older man behind the wheel and the faint silhouettes of others sitting quietly in the back seat. No one ever identified those passengers. Some said it was a trick of the light. Others believed it meant Fish wasn't truly alone. The police could never prove it, but for those who investigated the case, that single unanswered question lingered for years. Who were the others in the car, and did they ever stop? On January 16, 1936, Albert Fish was led to the electric chair at Sing Sing prison. He walked slowly, calm, almost relieved. Witnesses said he smiled as they strapped him in, whispering something no one could fully hear. Some claimed it sounded like a prayer. When the switch was pulled, the room filled with a blinding flash and the faint smell of burning cloth. For a moment, everything was silent. Then the hum of the generator faded, and with it, the man who called pain a gift was gone. But even in death, he left behind questions about faith, about madness, and about the darkness that hides in ordinary faces.